Gentlemen, good to see you guys. How are you? Obviously proud of my team with how they just kept competing, kept fighting, showed some resiliency against Yale. We knew Yale was a good team. And you only hope your shooting woes happen once a year. Let's hope that we shoot the ball much better in New York, because we were in tops in the Big Ten, tops in the country in shooting the basketball, and our guys were making shots in practice. I felt very confident going into the game. But we'll give Yale some credit. They did a nice job of, speeding us up and keeping us out of the paint, which is critical to all our defenses, paint touches. But, man, we battled back down 16, I think, with 9 to go, and really proud of the group that was in there at the end. We played small, and we were to just, chip away. We couldn't get it all back in one possession. I kept telling them that in huddles, and they really responded in huddles. Great eye contact, good body language, almost eager to, what's next? What do we do next? So, big win for us. Now we head to New York and got a great team in Ole Miss.
Pat, what do you hope to learn about your team in this next stretch of 5 games against Power 5 teams? Obviously a tough stretch.
Yeah, we got a tough stretch for sure. I'm just going to start with today. We got better today. Watching the film of Yale, some areas of concern. I felt like the ball stopped a little bit, even though we had, I think, 14 assists. Got to have more passes and then attack. Defensively, I thought we did some good things. We held them to 25 or 28 points, whatever it was in the second half. But there's always room for improvement. Ball screen defense, closeouts. I thought they were get off some really good threes up until that point where we shut them down for the last 4 or 5 minutes. 3-point defense is going to be huge, and rebounding is going to be big. Even Yale only sent 1.5 guys. Ole Miss is going to send a lot more people. So one game at a time. Mark, one game at a time. We'll learn a lot from how Ole Miss plays. A little bit of a mixed bag, 1-3-1, 2-3. Have some speed that is comparable to us, some toughness. Obviously, that's a Kermit coach team for sure. And then we'll worry about the next game when it comes.
We have to look at things from kind of a big picture perspective. When you were putting together your schedule, maybe this is a better way to put it, did you purposely do this? Obviously, there are 2 Big Ten games there, but the rest of it, was it okay, we're going to get this stretch to see what we're all about? Yeah,
there's no doubt. We're going to know exactly who we are by middle of December, because your last tough game there is Alabama here. The Big Ten has decided to do that. You don't want to play 5 in a row or 6 in a row. I mean, it's tough, but it's definitely going to tell us where we are, and this is where our depth has to come in, and this is where our veteran leadership has to rise to the occasion, just like they did against Yale. I never want to go through that game, but it was almost a good thing that we were in a tight game to see how we handle adversity, how we step up on both ends of the floor. I mean, Curtis Jones hits a monster 3 with Brock getting a huge rebound, and Miles stayed confident the whole night with a big 3. But with Ole Miss and the next game in New York and Wake Forest and 2 Big Tens and Alabama, man, that's going to be a great survey of where we are as far as Penn State basketball.
I said 5. My math's not good.
That's all right.
When it's very early in the season, when you look at the good things that you've done and the things you want to improve on, does it worry you more that you get into a situation like that, or does it give you more confidence that you're able to get out of it and win the game? Which one of those things?
Yeah, more confidence for sure, because I didn't think we played poorly on defense. I thought our defensive effort was very good. I thought we did some good things other than 5 going off a little bit, and he hit some tough shots. It wasn't like they were easy. He won in front of our bench. We had 2 guys draped all over him. I mean, that's when the kid is in his zone. He was in the zone. So I thought we did some really good things there, but I'm confident in our definitely our starting group, and then you have Brock and Cujo playing the way they are with Big Johnny. Our bench is really showing that we got some veterans coming off the bench. So I think we're a confident group headed into New York for sure.
Hey,
Nate, you're late, but that's okay.
I was here on time. Sadly, you're billed anyway. Doesn't matter. Bucknell, I think, is the lone, kind of the outlier in terms of volume threes that you've taken so far this year. Is that number, that high 20s, low 30s, is that what's dictating that, I guess, in terms of volume?
What's is defenses. I think we're going to take what the defense gives us. We had 58 paint points, and if that's what we have to do to win a game, that's what we're going to do. And then they got to make great decisions. Mike and Lamar got to make great decisions in kicking out, and if we're open and we're in rhythm threes, we got to take those shots too. I think we're really complementing ourselves with inside out or like Georgetown outside in. So really take what the defense gives you and really stick to our strengths.
And then in terms of percentages, you were hitting a fairly high percentage, and then Saturday obviously fell off a little bit.
A lot of it. Yeah.
Can you anticipate that? I mean, is there any way to know when that's coming, and what do you do to?
No, the day before. Usually, how you practice in all coaches' opinions is how you're going to play. And we shot the ball extremely well the 2 days prior to playing Yale. We shot it really well. We shot it with great confidence. When it happens, luckily our foundation is defending and rebounding, so you're prepared for the worst case scenarios, which was Yale. And again, you give Yale credit because they did a nice job. James did a good job, but we had good shots, really good looks in rhythm. In huddles, I tell them to keep shooting them. We got to get some paint touches, get the ball to Lamar and Mike, and when we went small, keep driving the ball and get paint touches that way. But if you have an open one, guys, you work hard on it. They're in the gym. What am I going to say? Don't shoot them? Then we really get tight. And I think the reason we were able to take the lead at the end because I was confident with them in every huddle.
And then one more. Is there maybe a positive reinforcement then on that message to come away with a win instead of a loss when you do shoot as poorly?
There's no doubt. And that's what I told them. I said, guys, we prepared for this day. We prepared for missing shots. And we stuck to our foundation, which is getting stops, getting rebounds. I mean, we were missing layups. We had a bunch of missed layups, missed dunks. I mean, it's going to happen. And fortunately, we got enough stops and made enough plays and finally hit some big-time shots and free throws to get that win.
I think one of the most impressive things to me about how Myron shot the ball against Georgetown was that when he got hot, he didn't automatically become a chucker. That it was throughout the rest of the game, it was a pretty disciplined shot selection. How do you get guys in a frame of mind where they have that confidence to shoot it when they're open, but don't suddenly, because I've now hit 3 in a row, have become almost a liability on the other end where you start to do that as well?
You know what? I think this team is really connected. I think they really love each other. That's another reason I think we came out on top the other day. And I think MJ understands, I'm going to take good ones. Because I start chucking and taking bad ones, well, that's only going to hurt the team. And it's almost like a turnover when you're taking poor shots like that. Which I'll go back real quick to Yale. You guys, I don't know if you watched the game or not, but we got too quick. It was the first time I saw it all year. We were quick. It was almost like we tried to throw a Mike Tyson haymaker in the first few minutes of the game to try to knock them out. And that's an NCAA tournament team. He's been there for 21 years. That's not who they were. And we needed to move them and then take in rhythm shots. We got a little quick. But back to MJ, I think that's why he played with good pace, good tempo. He took the right shots.
What month do you feel like you're in? Because sometimes watching this team, it doesn't feel like November necessarily.
I thought you meant me because I was like, I have no idea. We've been going all year long. It is Thanksgiving, right? Think about it, man. We have 8 weeks in the summer. We have preseason. It's just like you're just on that treadmill nonstop. But I think because of the retreat in the summer, the work we put in, what we did this preseason, the veteran leadership that we have, it might look like that we're a little bit ahead. But we still got a lot of work to do to get consistent. I always say this, we got to be able to play 40 minutes of Penn State basketball. And we're just not there yet. 25, 30. We're gaining some momentum right there, but there's another 10 minutes to play in the Big Ten. We're going to need that.
And we've talked a lot about managing the noise over the years. This year in particular, you guys are inching. This week will tell us a lot about whether this is actually going to happen right now or not, but you're inching closer towards being ranked. Is there any – you've dealt with a lot of negative noise. Is there any proactivity towards dealing with the good stuff that might come your way?
You know what, Ben? I think it's great for this program. I think it's great for the players. I think it's great for the staff. It's nice to be recognized. It's nice that people out there see what we're doing and how well we're playing. But it really is for the family and the fans. We just got to continue doing what we're doing, continue to work hard in practice, and go out and compete for 40 minutes.
This is unrelated, but what are you guys going to do for Thanksgiving?
We'll be in New York.
Any specific plans or anything?
We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see how Wednesday night goes. And then we'll determine. These guys are funny. Now, I mean, obviously we have things set up if we want to go out and tour New York. But these guys usually want to do, get with the trainer and do some cold tubs and just get their bodies right and eat healthy. Obviously, we'll have a good meal. We'll say what we're thankful for, and a lot of families are going to come into town. We'll give them some family time that's scheduled in for everybody. I think that's really important during this time. It's my favorite holiday. It's the power of gratitude, pillar number 5. I mean, there's nothing better than being grateful and show appreciation.
Do you have a specific Thanksgiving memory or story that you'd like to share? Maybe from your growing up or anything?
Well, you can only imagine I'm the youngest of 12. So my mom had to get us all dressed in suits and stuff for Thanksgiving feast. And it took hours upon hours for us to get dressed. And we went to our aunt's house. It was just a mess. It was like, if you saw Caddyshack, it was like Caddy Swim from 4 to 4:15. The Chambers family showed up and it was like a tornado. But we were all in our suits. By that time, my tie's half off. I look like a mess. But so many great memories for Thanksgiving. And the one thing I like that we do here with our team, we go around, we chain up, and everybody in the program, shares something that they're thankful for. And I think that's incredibly powerful.
What are you thankful for?
Being the head coach at Penn State, I'm very appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of my wife, my children, and the staff and these players and their families entrusting me with their next 4 years, which is pretty special.
Sometimes I forget things as quickly as they come out, but did you just use the word mature to describe this group?
This group is mature. We have
Okay.
veteran. I mean, they're going to do some fun things. I want them to have fun.
But can you contrast that with previous iterations? And is this maybe the most mature group that you've had?
I believe so. I mean, you guys have been here as long as I have. I believe so. I think Lamar's mature. Mike's, day to day, but he's getting there. I think Jamari and John really conduct themselves. I tell you, Myrion Jones, even though he's a sophomore, man, his routine is unbelievable. What he does. I mean, he's in with Saz. He's getting his shots up. He is very regimented, and a lot of our guys are like that. I don't have to tell them to get in the gym. We had an off day yesterday, and most of them were in here.
You could, to look ahead for you, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Do you think playing in the Big Ten helps you when it comes to looking at a jersey of a marquee brand across that you have not played before?
Absolutely. I think there's no fear for our guys. We've played in the Big Ten, obviously. Here's the other thing that we don't think about is these guys all play on the AAU circuit, so they see each other. So it might not be the brand across the chest because they know each other from playing on EYBL or Adidas or Under Armour. So there's nothing real special about it anymore. Where back in the day, it might have been really cool to say, hey, we're playing whoever.
I apologize if you addressed this before I got here, but what's maybe a health status for
Mark.
what?
We can't give any injury reports right now, Nate. Thank you.
Okay. Seriously?
I think so, right?
Wow.
We're healthy.
That's new.
How's that?
Okay.
Is that good?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll have all
It's your prerogative.
15.
You do what you want.
It's not. I'm getting this from up above.
Okay.
All right.
You take orders now?
I do. I have to.
Coach Chambers will be a game time decision.
I have ice on my knee right now, so I'm freezing. Anything else, guys? Great to see everybody. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you guys and your families.